Hello, Internet. It is I, the Malik Aaron, and welcome back to Box Office Predictions. Today, we're going to be talking about The Good House. So, as usual, we're going to be going over the pros and cons. So, let's get to it. Pros. Well, its reviews are good. Rotten Tomatoes, like 70%, 71% audience score. So, reviews aren't a problem. Audience score is okay. So, that's a pro, I guess. um, I mean, our two leads here is Sigourney Weaver and Kevin Kline. I mean, Sigourney Weaver. I mean, is Ripley, Ripley from Alien. That's like her most iconic role, by far and away her most iconic role. And going through here, I mean, she's also in Ghostbusters, and yeah, most of her career has basically been about Ripley because she was like one of the most like iconic and well-known female characters in all of cinema. Right? And there's Holes. Oh boy. Holes. That movie, I've seen that so many times. Is a childhood movie and now it's become a meme with the one moment in the movie where like she talks about this flashback when she was like a kid and like her grandpa made her dig holes even on Christmas, and she's like, I'm tired of this, grandpa, and he's like, well, that's too damn bad. Absolute classic movie moment right there. Fantastic. Since she hasn't done anything like too you know crazy, I mean, she doesn't really have to at this point. But yeah, everyone knows who Sigourney Weaver is. Right. Everyone knows that. Kevin Kline, he's also had been in a lot of stuff. What oh gosh, this is a long list. The most notable movies here. Going through these. He voiced in Hunchback of Notre Dame. Wow, didn't quite know that. It was In and Out, which, oh wow, I forgot this. Yeah, this was like a LGBTQ plus movie from like in the '90s, so I don't know if it holds up that great. Probably doesn't, but I mean, I haven't seen it, so this is just me guessing. Oh yeah, he starred alongside Will Smith in Wild Wild West. Yeah, that's something I would avoid mentioning because it's Wild Wild West. He also voiced in Road to El Dorado, a movie that was a bomb back in the day, but is now beloved by the internet. So yeah, uh, yeah, a decent amount of this stuff is just like voiceover work. So he's not like super duper well known, but he has fans. I imagine he would have his fans. So two recognizable actors, pro, I guess. Um, Another pro is that the marketplace is pretty lackluster right now. I mean, it's not as bad as it was like a few weeks ago, but it's still not great. I mean, Bros isn't expected to do all that great. Smile is expected to do decent, like more than decent. But like, Don't Worry, Darling is expected to crash this weekend. The Avatar release, I don't expect that to. I kind of expect that to crash too because it's a re-release. They're very much like one weekend only type movies. Woman King could continue to have decent legs, but after that, it's just nothing. It's a wasteland. So I mean, that's good-ish for this movie's chances. So that's a pro, a minor pro, but a pro nonetheless. Um, yeah, that's it. Cons. I literally didn't know this movie existed until Thursday. Thursday. That is terrible. that really tells you that they just threw this movie out there with like no marketing, just throw it out there so it could get a theatrical release. Like I don't get that at all. Like what's the strategy here? Like you're not the you can't just throw a movie out in theaters and expect to print money. No, that's not how that works. You got to put in effort. You got to put in effort to make sure people know it exists. And you got to hype it up so that people will be like, "Damn, I need to see that." That's what you have to do. If you don't do that, no one's going to show up. It's going to be empty seats. And I imagine that's going to happen here. So, yeah, the fact that this movie has had no marketing presence at all, massive con. Another con I could think of is that, well, obviously this is gonna fall through the cracks this weekend because Smile and even Bros, they're getting a whole lot more attention than this, so that's a big problem, and that's obviously a con. Another con I can think of is, uh, I mean, trying to think. Well, I guess roadside attractions. Might as well talk about them. Uh, they're not exactly the biggest distributor. Like their biggest hit was friggin' I Can Only Imagine. That was like a surprise hit that nobody saw coming. Besides that, it's been just low numbers. I'm looking at this year. They've had like 8 movies. None of them have done well at all. I mean, like, what do we got here? Family Camp? That's their biggest hit, and it didn't even make $4 million this year. And after that, Gigi and Nate, like another movie that just tanked completely because it was just thrown into cinemas at the last minute. So yeah, this shows that roadside attractions, they're not releasing hit movies. So that's a really bad precedent for this. Really bad sign. So that's a con. An obvious con. And I think that's it. So opening weekend, I'd be amazed if this opened with $1 million. So I'm gonna lowball it. I'm gonna say it's gonna open between. I'm gonna have a somewhat wide range, 500,000 and $1 million. Somewhere within that range, this will hit that. That's what I think is gonna happen, and then its total might reach $2 million, maybe. And that's pretty much it. So that's The Good House. One more movie to talk about, and that's Smile. That should be an interesting one. And then that's it, not just for the weekend, but September as a whole. We got through the month. Thank God, because it was rough. Just, it was just, it was a tough one. It was a tough month to get through. And I'm glad it's all over. So yeah. Anywho, yeah, that's it. That's all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn notifications, share the whole drill. Want to check out more videos like this? Got playlists on the homepage, all previous prediction videos I made this year, all the big movies, the medium-sized movies, even the smaller movies like Family Camp and what was the other one, GGNA. I did prediction videos on those. You want to watch those prediction videos? Go right ahead, or any other smaller movies I've covered. Go do that. There's also the there's also the canceled series where I go over all the movies that were supposed to come out but didn't. Never covered Good House once because I didn't know it existed until Thursday, like I said. So yeah, no episodes on that. But there's 157 episodes. The previous two were about Deadpool 3 and Star Trek 4. So you want to watch those episodes or any other cancel episodes. There's like 157, plenty to choose from. You can watch it all from beginning to now. Highly encourage you do that, so go do it. There's also box office recaps where I go over the box office results for any particular month. I recently just finished my summer 2022 recap. Winners, losers, did both parts. glad that's over. And next week I will be doing my September recap, and that should be an interesting one. It won't be positive, but it will be interesting. So stay tuned for that. But if you want to watch any of the past recap videos I've done on the channel, you can go right ahead. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out and goodbye.